another PBA Wednesday, ladies and gentlemen, and what a PBA Wednesday it is, as here at the Araneta Coliseum, Game 6 of the 2010 PBA Fiesta Conference Finals about to be played out, and hordes of PBA fans lining up to get into the Coliseum to cheer on their favorite team in this series, either the San Miguel Beermen or the Alaska Aces. Now, as we bring you into the Coliseum, Alaska, of course, leading the series 3-2, and looking to end it all right here tonight. Yes, it is Game 6, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Leah Cruz, on hand for this ball game at courtside. And before we start all the excitement and the action on the court, we'll first take you around the league as we watch what exactly went down last Friday, the 13th, in a GK village in Caloocan. PBA ballers there. We saw Gary David, Ronjay Buenafe, and Mac Cardona showing some love, spreading the cheer, care of Gawad Kalinga. And we get on to this ball game, and to start things off, I turn it over to Chicky Reyes.
Thank you very much, Leah. PBA fans, magandang gabi po sa inyo lahat. Chicky Reyes here, and I will be patrolling the sidelines together with Leah Cruz. You know, it has been a long season for these two squads, and when they started their championship series, a lot of drama happened, a lot of surprises also happened. After coming from a 7-game series with Talk and Text, many thought that Alaska was tired and will yield Game 1, but they did not. They won Game 1 and did it again in Game 2. With a 0-2 deficit, San Miguel experimented with their lineup and went on to win Game 3. Alaska made some adjustments and took Game 4 from a fighting San Miguel squad. Again, San Miguel surprised Alaska in Game 5 by winning it, with assistant coach Gia Banilla calling the shots. Now we are down to the last 2 games of the series. Will the Aces close it out tonight, or will the Beermen dig deep in their bag of tricks to extend this to a Game 7? PBA fans, it's the Alaska Aces versus the San Miguel Beermen here in Game 6 of the PBA Fiesta Conference Finals.
Whenever I hear San Miguel, I always think of a winning team.
I guess the first thing that comes to mind is tradition.
And that will do it! San Miguel has won the PBA Fiesta All-Filipino.
We think the winningest ball club in the PBA.
The celebration has started. 18 championships for the winningest franchise in PBA history.
I think about the Grand Slam. Just to pull something like that off is amazing.
Alaska wins the Governor's Cup for 1996.
And it is now in the history books as only the 3rd franchise in PBA history to capture a Grand Slam.
Great players that Alaska had throughout the 90s. It was a great decade for Alaska.
Well, Gabe's a monster. What more can you ask from him?
Freeman taps it back in.
He's athletic, energetic.
And the only consistent player for San Miguel throughout the series has been Gabe Freeman.
He makes you want to play that much harder.
L.A. Tenorio locks it up. Yes!
LA for us has been the toughest player on the court.
He's the main guy on the team. You know, LA, we all feed off of him.
He's a leader, he's scrappy, he can shoot, he's hit some big shots.
Outside Tenorio. That's huge.
We're here. We're in the championship. We have to keep that in mind and realize how long we've been in this thing.
San Miguel in a must-win situation. And Dondoron Taveras knocks it away. Oh, a nifty move. What a two-time MVP. Miranda, big basket.
Everybody being positive, having each other's back, playing as hard as we can.
And now the Aces pounding the ball inside the shoulder pads. Corporan for 3. Yes, sir! And Cyrus Baguio answers back with a 3. Here's Baguio for the championship! No! San Miguel lives to fight one more PBA day. Alaska, one more championship point they could use in game number 6.
The title is ours.
We're going to end it tonight.
It's not over yet.
I'll do whatever it takes to defend our crown.
We have a slugfest! This is entertainment. Prime time entertainment. This is what makes this finals the quality series that it is. Tradition, passion, fire. Those beautiful pictures put together by our production team that now lives somewhere in Libis and in Antipolo. They haven't gone home yet. And they have dedicated themselves to delivering to you a beautiful series, just like the two teams we have on the floor. Sam Sarmenta here alongside the J&J team, Dr. J and Jason Webb. I thought we'd never see each other again. I was resigned to that. But, you know, Dr. J, what a series these two have played.
Well, obviously, San Miguel, they weren't going to give up and just die, and they fought very hard to win Game 6. It was a thriller, only winning by 2 points. The important thing for them in that ball game was the way they started in the first 2 quarters. Eventually, that was enough of a cushion to allow them a victory. But at the start of our coverage, you saw a lot of fighting words from the players that are going to be involved in this ball game. And obviously, you're going to see them really give up everything that they have, including their bodies, to try to win a championship or for San Miguel to force a Game 7.
We'll take a look at the numbers as we bring along Jason as well. Some of the numbers are revealing and some are not as we take a look at the numbers right now.
Well, right now, if you look at those numbers, akalain mo yung San Miguel yung lamang sa serye natin because they actually average more points because of that Game 3 victory, which was a laugher, 96-80. But here are the key stats. San Miguel shooting only 26% from the three-point line. This is a team that has a lot of good shooters, and they should do better than that. Next up, field goal attempts. Ang laki ng diferensya, +9 going to San Miguel, another +6 in rebounds. But here is where it all evens out. Look at the free throws. A total of 92 attempts for San Miguel and 146 attempts for Alaska. That's +50 points right there in 5 games.
Okay. San Miguel, they tried what they did before. Once they tried Ato Agustino as head coach, then they tried Giovanila. But more significantly, they had 2 players that you have been talking about in the series that they used in that game number 5.
Yeah, we're talking about Dennis Miranda and Mick Penisi. I myself had talked this about a friend after Game 1 because I really thought that Dennis Miranda would do a better job physically against LA Tenorio. Plus the fact that he has had championship experience both in the PBA and collegiate basketball in the Philippines, which is very important, highlighting what Jason was saying about Alex Tabagnot without any disparaging Alex. And on the other hand, Nick Penisi, you get a bigger man to guard a 6'9", he's 6'9", he's guarding Simpson. Obviously, Mick's not going to back down. And Mick, though he may not be as quick as Simpson, at the post he can be able to try to delay him and ask his teammates to try to help out. So you saw a lot of San Miguel recovering and help in game number 3 where they were able to come up with a victory. But Alaska made a couple of changes, played Simpson from the outside, driving in, picking up offensive rebounds. That's why I like him as an import, because he can score without the ball.
Exactly. Now let's flip up the web page, and we're going to take a look first at San Miguel with Jason, of course.
Now, this was mentioned earlier a while ago. For San Miguel, the one thing that they have to do, number one, they have to start strong. In 4 out of the 5 games in this series, they actually were leading after the first quarter. Dr. J had mentioned this a while ago. They started out so strong in Game 1 na wala yung pressure sa kanila. And I believe game number 6, grabe ang pressure dito sa game number 6 because Alaska, if they lose, they almost feel like this championship is slipping away from them. And for San Miguel, obviously, their backs are still against the wall.
And in number 2 point, Dr. J, that Jason's been talking about, Don Hontiveros was off to a blazing start in that game. That sort of set the tone for them.
Yeah, this making outside shots, I was talking with the San Miguel fan outside. They said, it'd be hard for you to win, but if you can shoot well from the outside, if your players can shoot well from the outside, you can beat anything. You know that. I think any team in the league that played here in this conference, if they shot well from the outside, they can beat any other team. That's why Alaska is worried. Guys like Ontiveros, guys like Cabatnot will get off to a good start with their outside shooting, including Miranda. Then they know they'll have a problem because they will not be able to compress their defense against the people that are penetrating. That's why they're not giving as many fouls. They're giving the San Miguel the outside shots, but they're not fouling on the inside.
Good point. Now, going over to the Alaska side, Jason.
But for Alaska, because San Miguel's not making their outside shot, they're recovering short right now. It almost makes those drivers unable to attack because yung pag-recover nga nila, they're recovering short because San Miguel right now shooting 28% from three-point line. And finally, well, for San Miguel, it starts with a point. We mentioned this. San Miguel has to play well. Going over to the Alaska side right now, what they have to do is they have to establish the post early. They have to feed Simpson and make the triangle work out of him. And if they can, get early fouls, get to the free throw line once again. Another thing why they have to get to the post early is they want to see what different looks Diamond Simpson is going to get in this game. If he's going to get doubled and the kind of doubles that he's going to get.
You know, Dr. J, one of the things that was was problematic for Alaska was shot block. They couldn't get a shot in time in game number 5.
Well, you know, eventually Simpson, I think, still came up with 2 blocks in game number 5. But that is the big thing for me. I mean, if an import can block shots at the end of the day, especially shots that are clearly 2 points, then you intimidate the opponent no matter what. I think Danny Delfonso had one that was clearly blocked by Simpson. There was another one that I remember. The important thing I like about what Jason was saying was the post. They do that. They go to Simpson because they know that Simpson will not be able. There is nobody on San Miguel that can defend him on a one-on-one. But the other thing, if they do help out, Simpson has to know who are the guys that are open. This is the reason why guys like Larry Fonacier, L.A. Tenorio, they're hitting their outside shots because of the fact that San Miguel has to try to double or show early double against Simpson.
Okay, we will have a great afternoon or evening. And anything else we should look forward to in this game, Jason?
Well, number 2, it's all about pace. We've said this before. For Alaska, it's them dictating tempo. And we mentioned a while ago, Alaska had an opportunity, was called for shot clock violation a number of times. So that's still about pace. That's still about setting up your offense just in time so they can get your shot up. And finally, time for showtime. L.A. Tenorio, game number 4, 21 points, 10 rebounds, 2 assists. In game number 5, only 10 points and 5 assists. It was mentioned at the top of the coverage, he's the guy that makes this thing turn for Alaska, and he's got to play well.
I've always wondered through the years when we're on television, why do we fix ourselves when the cameras
Why
on
does
us?
everybody fix themselves?
I guess because this is an important date. It is game number 6, and we have got these 2 guys to share this game with you. We will have game 6, San Miguel against Alaska, in just a short while.
And Don Ontiveros. Head coach for the Beermen is Shia Tunkinson. And now let's meet the starting 5 of your Alaska Aces. Starting at forward, number 38, Joe Devance. Also at forward, number 34, Diamond Simpson. At center, number 7, Sonny Thos. At guard, number 3, Cyrus Baguio. And also at guard, number 5, L.A. Tenorio. Head coach for the Aces is Tim Cone. Game officials are Boy Cruz, Art Herrera, and Rami Mangibin, with alternate referee Nestor Zambrano. This game is under the supervision and regulation
These are the 10 gentlemen that will start today's ball game. First, taking a look at the San Miguel lineup, more or less standard issue for them by now. Except for Denok Miranda starting up, Alaska will more or less, with now Sonny Thos starting up, Jason.
And that's a major thing right there. Sonny Thos going into that starting lineup because it totally changes the dimensions of this team. You put in Sonny Thos and take away De La Cruz, you lose an outside shooter, you make that offense a little bit smaller and losing a lot of quickness.
Dr. J, I wanted to ask you, in the last few seconds of game number 5, there was no choice. Alaska was going for the win in that situation, I noticed.
Well, obviously they have some plays going to the basket.